All right, for weeks right here on this program, we have been demanding answers about who knew what and when about the surveillance of President Trump, candidate Trump, and of course members of his transition team. Also tonight, we appear to have a very important key piece of this very complex puzzle. Now, Fox's own Adam Housley, he's going to join us in a few minutes with a full report. He is revealing that, quote, the unmasked names of people associated with Donald Trump were then sent to all of those at the National Security Council and some at the Defense Department, then Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, and then CIA Director John Brennan, essentially the officials at the top, including former Rice Deputy Ben Rhodes. Now, this proves the surveillance was widespread, and it was known by a lot of people, and there's more. Intel sources now tell Sarah Carter with Circa News, who will also join us tonight, that the unmasking of names connected with the Trump team, quote, appeared to begin last July, around the time that Trump secured the GOP nomination, and accelerated after Trump's election in November, launched a transition that continued through January. Now, Circa News is also reporting that most, if not all, had nothing to do with Russia. And that's not all tonight. Eli Lake with Bloomberg View, who will also join us tonight, reported today, quote, one U.S. official familiar with the report said they contained valuable political information on the Trump transition team, such as whom the Trump team was meeting, the views of Trump associates on foreign policy matters, and plans for the incoming administration. And just 2 weeks ago, Susan Rice, she was specifically asked during an interview on PBS if she knew about members of the Trump team being caught up in, quote, incidental surveillance. She says no. Watch this.
I began by asking about the allegations leveled today by House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes that Trump transition officials, including the president, may have been swept up in surveillance of foreigners at the end of the Obama administration.
I know nothing about this. I was surprised to see reports from Chairman Nunes on that count today.
Oh, really? I know nothing about that? Well, that's what you just heard her say. Was she lying in that clip? Well, new reports today indicate yes. Yes, she was. Now, keep in mind, this new information about Susan Rice comes on the heels of the smoking gun tape that was uncovered last week that we played on the program of former Obama official Dr. Evelyn Farkas admitting not only surveillance took place, but the names were also unmasked and they wanted them leaked. Now, tonight we are demanding answers to these questions. The American people, you now have a right to know. For example, what justification did Susan Rice have to unmask these names? That's pretty unprecedented. What did Ben Rhodes know? What did the former Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, know? What did the former CIA Director, John Brennan, know? Was this done for pure political purposes, under the ruse of national security? And more importantly, what did then President Obama know, and when did he know it? Did President Obama and members of his administration, did they knowingly surveil an opposition party or an incoming president? America deserves answers tonight.